be hosted at a state banquet later in the evening. Yesterday, Governor Wike had in a state broadcast and declared today as a holiday, appealing to Rivers residents to come out en masse to welcome the president-elect. Meanwhile, development economist Ugochukwu Abarakwe has described today's public holiday in the state as a political move by Governor Wike to win the president-elect's favor. Ms. Abarakwe said this in an interview with correspondent Soibi Ruwari.
It's a political thing. He wants to demonstrate to the president-elect that Rivers State is for him. That Rivers State is for him. That is supposed to, lure the president into taking interest in the state, and that can actually attract development projects to the state. I think that is the intention. But often it doesn't work that way. During Obasanjo, Rivers State throughout the late demonstrated that Rivers State is his state. What did Obasanjo do for us?
Mr. Abarakwe said the economy is worse off during public holidays.
It's adversely affecting the growth and development of our economy. We are supposed to produce for 365 on quarter day, and from all indications, we are not producing up to half of 365 on quarter day. The more public holidays we declare, the more we are removing more days out of work, and the output is going down. If there is a public holiday, if you open your shop, you won't find the number of persons that used to come to your shop to buy as much as they were buying before. So the profit you are supposed to make for that day, for production that day, is lost.
In another development, the Presidential Election Petitions Court has fixed Monday, May 8 for the hearing of the petitions challenging the declaration of Bola Tinubu of the APC as the president-elect. According to Tinubu's legal team, Monday's hearing is a pre-hearing session. The hearing is to clarify if there are any applications before the main hearing will start. The timetable will be set for the hearing of the substantive matters. The court also stopped receiving replies from the petitioners on the 23rd of April. Recorded INEC Chairman Mahmoud Yakubu on March 1 declared Tinubu the president-elect on the grounds that his party scored the majority of votes cast in the polls. Elsewhere, suspended President-elect Commissioner REC in Adamawa State, Udu Yunusa Ari, is in police custody. According to the force spokesman, Muyiwa Adejobi, the police arrested Yunusa Ari in Abuja yesterday to ascertain the motive behind his announcement of Mrs. Binani as winner during the supplementary elections in the state. Recall that Mr. Ari, in a BBC Hausa interview yesterday, said that he would surrender himself to the police as he believes he did nothing illegal. Away from that, report says the Rivers State Police Command on Monday and Tuesday raided some waterfronts in Mile 1 and Mile 2 Dio, Port Harcourt, suspected to be harboring cultists, and arrested about 55 suspects. A resident of the area said a combined team of personnel drawn from anti-cultism, Octopus Strike Force, Mile 1 Police and Azikwe police stations all participated in the raid. The raid comes 5 days after the warring cult groups in Diob reportedly agreed to a peace deal last Wednesday and declared ceasefire in a cold war that claimed some lives. The spokesperson for the Rivers State Command, SP Grace Ringe Koko, in an interview with our reporter, confirmed the raid and arrest of suspects by the police. In other news, Governor Nyesom Wike says his administration will not hesitate to dethrone any traditional ruler who allows crime and cultism in his domain. Governor Wike said this while presenting staff of office and certificates to some traditional rulers at the Government House in Port Harcourt yesterday.
It's essential to reiterate that this situation also demands profound responsibility on you as natural rulers of the kingdoms and custodians of the cultures and traditions of their people. The first responsibility is the maintenance of peace and security. I advise therefore that you work with the local government chairman and the security agencies to maintain peace and security in their communities. Let me warn that the government will not hesitate to dethrone any traditional ruler that allows, tolerates, or enables cults and criminal activities to take root in his domain.
Governor Wike also charged traditional rulers to protect government health facilities in their area and ensure that no child is out of school.
You must be concerned about the progress of your community. These are their communities just as the inhabitants are their people. Their progress is your constant concern. You are responsible for working with your people, the local government councils and the state government, to attack this problem and improve their people's living conditions. You should ensure no child is out of school in their communities, as education is vital to our children's progress. Work with government health officers to ensure your community's health centers are functional.
Correspondent Megadika reports that 33 traditional stools were elevated, 4 third class, 27 second class, and 2 first class stools. This is the second time Wike's administration is recognizing and elevating traditional stools in the state. Still ahead, first batch of Sudan evacuees to arrive Nigeria in hours. Stay tuned as we go for a quick break. Welcome back. As World Max Press Freedom Day today, President Muhammadu Buhari says Nigerian journalists enjoyed unfettered freedom under his administration. President Buhari, in a statement, said the day is a tribute to media professionals who risk their lives to keep society informed and educated. He charged media professionals to continue to be patriotic, work for the cohesion of the country, and exercise their freedom with a high deal of responsibility. The theme for this year's World Press Freedom Day is Shaping a Future of Rights, Freedom of Expression as a Driver for All Other Human Rights. President Muhammadu Buhari, like other world leaders, will be attending the coronation ceremony of Charles III and his wife Camilla as His Majesty the King and Her Majesty the Queen Consort of the United Kingdom. Presidential spokesman Femi Adesina said this via a statement released today. Mr. Adesina said the president will depart for London today for the coronation slated for Saturday, May 6, and will be accompanied by senior government officials. President Buhari is expected to participate in the summit on the future of the Commonwealth and the role of the youths while in London. The federal government, through the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission (NIDCOM), says the first batch of Nigerian students evacuated from Sudan will arrive in Abuja in a few hours. Chairman of the commission, Abike Dabiri-Erewa, made this known yesterday. Mrs. Abike Dabiri further said the embassy in Egypt has successfully moved evacuees from the Sudanese side to the Egyptian side of the Akil border. The students were being prepared for their departure to Abuja through the Aswan airport. In business, President Muhammadu Buhari today launched the Nigeria Agenda 2050. The plan is aimed at increasing real GDP growth by 7%, creating 165 million new jobs, and reducing the number of Nigerians living in poverty from the 83 million estimated in 2020 to 2.1 million in 2050. The launch took place shortly before the commencement of this week's Federal Executive Council meeting at the Council Chambers of the Presidential Villa Abuja. It comes about 7 weeks after the FEC approved the policy document on March 11 and nearly 3 months after the National Economic Council endorsed the agenda. In entertainment, Rema has announced the dates for his headlining concert at the O2 Arena in London. The concert is his only UK show of this year. It is his first return to London after a sensational performance at the O2 Brixton sold-out concert featuring Fireboy, Victini and Dave. In sports, Argentina captain Lionel Messi has been suspended by Paris Saint-Germain for 2 weeks after traveling to Saudi Arabia without the club's permission this week. It is understood the 35-year-old asked permission to make the journey to carry out commercial work but was refused.
And now, we'll bring you news from around the world.
At least 8 students and a security guard are dead after a shooting at a school in Serbia's capital, Belgrade. Serbia's Interior Ministry, in a statement, said another 6 pupils and a teacher were injured in the attack and have been taken to the hospital. Police arrested a 14-year-old student at the Vladislav Rebinka School in central Belgrade in connection with this morning attack. The suspect is alleged to have used his father's gun. An investigation into the motives behind the incident is underway. On the news this afternoon, you heard President-elect Bola Tinubu has arrived Port Harcourt and will commission the Rumokuta flyover any time from now. Presidential Election Tribunal will begin hearing on May 8. Police have reportedly arrested dozens of suspects in a recent raid of waterfronts in Port Harcourt. Today is World Press Freedom Day. On the foreign scene, at least 8 students and a security guard are dead after a shooting at a school in Serbia's capital, Belgrade. The news was edited by Martha Ukiri. Mostly cloudy weather in Port Harcourt this afternoon. Peace is the path to the prosperity and development of any nation. Let peace reign. I am Kalada Kuru Batubo. Good afternoon and stay tuned. Constance Mega is up next with Sunnyside. Stay tuned.